Bone Cold TV is presented by Hawk Optics, Killer Food Plots. You reap what you sow. Better the Hunt, home of the insulated bow mitt, Nature's Essence, and Bow Snatcher.
Africa is a destination hunt. It's an adventure hunt that every single hunter deserves the right to experience. You know, growing up here in a small town in western New York, at 10 years old, I could tell you the difference between a blessed buck and a bonta buck, and looked at the pictures and read the stories of safaris and just dreamed of the day that we might be able to experience this.
Chad, Brandon, and I had the opportunity to meet a fine woman by the name of Nancy. Now, Nancy specializes in making people's African hunting dreams come true. So naturally, Nancy makes it happen. The three of us get the opportunity to get on an airplane, fly over the Atlantic Ocean, and land in Johannesburg, South Africa.
I was full of emotions when we had the opportunity to come up to go to Africa. It's something that I didn't think I'd be able to do till I was retired, till I worked my whole life, till I was able to afford something like that. But luckily with this business and the people that we've met, we were able to put this trip together. In reality, it was a dream hunt for all of us.
I came on this trip knowing that I wanted to shoot a Cape Buffalo, but the number one animal on my list for this trip was the impala. The impala is that animal in Africa that everybody relates to as the white-tailed deer of Africa, and I've always felt that same way. It was number one on my bucket list.
We're so fortunate to meet people like Nancy and Chris and get to travel the world and hunt species from all over the world. But Africa stays with you. Africa is one of those places that the minute you get home, you're making plans to go back.
And when people ask me what Africa was like, I'll simply tell them it's nothing like anything in North America. It's not like a giant bull elk coming and screaming and bugling. It's not your trip to Quebec to chase caribou. It's not your trip to Alaska to see the mountains in the Yukon Territory. Luckily, I walked out of there with a nyala, a kudu, a springbuck, and a beautiful warthog.
I've always thought that I knew what it would be like to hunt Africa because I've watched it so much, but you just don't. It's like going to another planet and bow hunting, and the animals you get to see, and the people, the culture, the food, the camaraderie at nighttime. You know, sitting around the fire and hearing the drums come into camp, and it's incredible.
Just an absolute amazing experience. Cannot wait to get back. And if you are a hunter, you owe it to yourself to try to get over there. Just try to experience it one time, even if you go for plains game or just for one species, just to go experience the continent, experience the people, the culture.
So for me, the opportunity to travel over the ocean with Chad, Brandon, and Chris, getting to see Africa, getting to bow hunt Africa, it was a dream come true. I can assure you it won't be the last time we're there.
It's its own separate adventure. It's its own separate part of my life that I will always cherish till the day that I die.
Trust me, you will not be disappointed in the adventure hunt that comes along with traveling to Africa. Springtime. It's a time full of transformations, a time for phenomenal renewal, and a transition from the brutal northern winter. The earth is awakening, and as hunters, we are awoken to partake in our spring traditions.
Follow the Bone Cold TV crew on Facebook and Instagram, and catch up on all of our past episodes at bonecoldtv.com.